It's the then versus now challenge! 3!
We are here for round 1, group 1, race 4. And today is all about Bavarian Motor Works, aka BMW.
Not to be confused with my favorite, BCP.
What?
BCP, aka Bavarian Cream Pie? It's my favorite.
Excuse my co-host, fans. He's obviously out to lunch.
BCP is for dessert, Barry, not lunch.
Interrupt me again, and BCP is gonna stand for Barry Cancels Paycheck. Apologies, fans. Up first for Team Then, it's this flawless 1969 BMW 2002, driven by Maria Schultz, who, like her car, is also from Germany, as in Lubesi, Germany.
And for Team Now, it's the 2016 BMW M2, driven by Tanner Perry, from his hometown of Corpus Christi, Texas.
Now let's get up to that guillotine gate and get this race started.
Here we are at the guillotine gate for Heat 1.
Miss Schultz in Lane 1 definitely has her work cut out for her today. With only 120 horsepower, she has 245 horsepower less than Tanner Perry's M2 in Lane 2.
Barry, the safety crew has given me the thumbs up. Safety checks are done. Let's get to that countdown.
3, 2, 1, go!
Maria blocks! Tanner responds!
Maria loses it!
Big jump by Tanner! He's into the wall! Oh! There's chunks of rubber everywhere!
Al, let's break it all down in the replay.
Wow! What a way to start this one off, Barry!
Right, Al. Even with such a power deficit, Maria Schultz still had an impressive launch coming out of the guillotine gate.
And once she saw Tanner pulling away coming down Nevada, she decided to go in for a block.
But she overshoots it and hits the inside wall coming into the bottleneck.
Tanner Perry cashes in on that misstep and blocks Maria as she's trying to course correct coming out of the bottleneck.
And her attempted course correction turns into calamity and she goes on her roof and scraping the rest of the way through Carmine Corner. Looks like that car won't be in flawless condition any longer.
Well, what is flawless is that beautiful jump Tanner pulls off in Clunker Canyon. Wow! Let's just look at it again. Awesome!
Yet somehow, after such a great jump, he has difficulty coming into the boulevard and goes into the outside wall.
Looks like he also had difficulty finding the brake pedal because he goes into the tires sending chunks of rubber everywhere and then ricochets into the barrel, which finally brings him to a halt.
Well, it also brings him to the first win on tonight's scorecard. Hopefully by now Maria had a chance to buff out those scratches and get back up to the starting line. Heat 2.
Quick lane change now has Tanner in lane 1, putting Miss Schultz one spot over in lane 2. And I'll tell you what, Barry, she seems to have gotten pretty lucky because her paint doesn't look half bad.
The safety crew has cleared off the track and we are a go. 3, 2, 1, go!
They go wide!
It's chaos!
Maria flips again!
Tanner into the clunkers!
He holds on! Barely!
Yes?
No, I said barely, not Barry! Oh, now you made me miss it!
Al, don't worry. That's exactly what the next part is for.
Once again, a great launch by both racers.
But this time, they both decide to go wide coming down Nevada.
And they both decide to go in for a block at the same time coming into the bottleneck. Tanner actually gets up on 2 wheels, then is fighting to straighten out, but goes into the wall.
And Miss Maria Schultz isn't faring any better because she just skids wildly through the bottleneck and comes out flying in reverse.
And that causes her to yet again come into Carmine Corner on her greenhouse instead of on her tires. And she even hits a few of the safety crew's trucks as she slides around the turn.
And we can just catch a glimpse of how she runs out of momentum right at the edge of the jump.
Meanwhile, Tyler was able to skid his way around and nosedive into the crates and slide into the clunkers.
It took quite a bit of skill to keep from going over the cliff.
And he hits just about every clunker in the line trying to straighten out.
However, after all that work to straighten out and taking the center lane coming down the boulevard, he hits the inside metal barrier at the finish line and goes into the tires and barrels again for a near perfect repeat of his last finish.
Well, if nothing else, at crashing, Tanner is consistent.
Actually, Al, Tanner is also showing to be consistent at putting wins on the scorecard because he just got 2 in a row. Heat 3. Tanner already has enough wins to move on to the next round. This is just a mercy heat to see if Maria can get at least 1 win on the scorecard.
And to prove members of Team Now are such good sports, he even gave Maria the inside lane.
For the last time today, here we go. 3, 2, 1, go!
They're even!
Tanner blocks!
Tanner in reverse! Maria flips again!
Tanner drifts in reverse!
Awesome! Here he comes! Whoa! Into the tires again!
Al, one last replay.
Wow! This is like deja vu all over again.
Al, stop trying to make that a thing.
Well, what was a thing was the awesome block Tanner delivered in the bottleneck.
Maria does a good job holding on and pushing against Tanner. She actually gets to force him into reverse coming into Carmine Corner.
But for the 3rd time, she also puts herself on her lid and skids to a standstill. Then Tanner hits the jump in reverse and pulls off a beautiful reverse e-brake J-turn.
Al, all J-turns are in reverse.
I think you told me that before. Or maybe it's deja vu all over again.
Al!
Then Tanner scrapes against the wall and is able to pull away and actually accelerates into the tires. That was the 3rd time in a row.
And it was also his 3rd time winning in a row, easily putting away Maria's chances in this tournament. And while she had a long trip here from Germany, unfortunately, Maria Schultz will have a short journey in our tournament, as she has been eliminated.
Unlike tonight's winner, Tyler Perry, who just scored big for Team Now with a perfect shutout. And with that win, he just scored the 2nd spot in quarterfinal race 2. We hope you'll join us next time when it's back to Group 2 for their 4th race. And we're keeping those cars secret until just before the race. So make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can see our community posts when we reveal who the contestants are.
Thank you so much for watching, and please join us next time for the next exciting race in...
It's the Then versus Now Challenge! 3,